Die land is onlangs geruk na aanleiding van die dodelike vloede en modderstortings in KwaZulu-Natal. Die dodetal het gistermiddag tot 85 gestyg en ons gesels vanoggend oor die huidige stand van sake met betrekking tot hierdie situasie. Daarom verwelkom ons nou vir Garrith Jamieson van Rescue Care via Skype. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, thank you very much.
Okay, Garrith, what is the current state of affairs with regard to the situation there? Please give us an update.
Okay, so currently we pretty much just mopping. It's a mopping up operation now. It was an exceptionally hot day yesterday, which was well needed, obviously in Durban. And people are just trying to rebuild their lives. There were still some recoveries yesterday in the Marion Hill area that the SAPS and Metro Search and Rescue attended to. However, there's no more rescues currently, and it's just people trying to build their lives, and obviously some aid supplied by members of the public as well as the government, so people can start their lives over again.
And what is your main concern at this stage?
I think the biggest problem we're going to have now is people's houses and residents. A lot of informal settlements were obviously wiped out. As you know, the informal settlements, there's a lot close to riverbanks, so a lot were flooded and destroyed. And people are trying to restore their lives, and there's a lot of people that are being housed in community centres and city halls, etc. So, people are just trying to get back onto their feet and restart their lives all over again.
We've spoken about this yesterday, but I would like to ask you, has there been a proper warning before it happened?
I'm not aware of one personally. I wasn't aware. I was woken up at midnight to multiple rescues on Monday evening. So they did say it was going to be quite wet and a wet Easter for us here in Durban. However, there was no prediction of a flash flooding, some are calling it, or severe rain, because I went on for a good 7 or 8 hours of solid rain here. And then after that, on Tuesday we were warned. Then the warning started coming out, possibility of Tuesday night again. So everyone prepared again, and there was nothing there. So I do think it's a bit of an unpredictable thing to they did say it was going to rain, but the severity of the rain was absolutely ludicrous. So.
Okay, so we'll continue with this discussion a little bit later. Jy kyk en luister na die groot ontbyt en ons gaan voort met vanoggend se gesprek oor die vloede in KwaZulu-Natal en ons gesels weer met Garrith Jamieson van Rescue Care via Skype. So thank you again for joining us today, Garrith.
Absolute pleasure. Good morning.
I would like to ask you, are there any precautionary measurements that can be implemented in case of these emergencies?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think people need to just check the surrounding of their houses and their residents, and just see, what is around them, what is behind them. The incidents we had of where multiple people passed away was houses that had large banks behind them. So when the rain came down, it was literally like a mudslide, and the bank gave way onto them. And it was quite horrific because they were crushed then, so it's you don't know this until you're in the position or in this predicament where it's actually flooding. So if people could just sure that you can never be 100% sure that your fencing and walls are stable, but just you need to keep an eye on it. Expect the worst that could happen.
Garrith, I would like to refer to the fact that we've referred earlier during this discussion to the fact that we were not aware of a proper warning, not personally aware. Do you think these warnings are still effective, though?
I definitely do think they are effective. I mean, if people get enough notice, they can plan for them and hopefully then, prepare for this. And literally the only way you can prepare is if you're near a river or like a dam, you need to move out for your own safety. Never mind the structural damage, but for yours and your family's safety. Then you can prepare and stay at someone else's house or a neighbor's house. But if you get warned, you can prepare yourself for something like this.
How can the public get involved?
There's multiple agencies that are offering assistance to the that have been affected by this, and they are taking donations, they're taking food items, they're taking blankets. All I suggest is please listen. They go through a reputable agency. Like there's Gift of the Givers. There's multiple proper agencies, that one can donate towards. But please just go through a reputable agency. I know that there are a few, and like I say, Gift of the Givers is probably one of the largest that are supplying a lot, blankets, tin food, etc. like that. The government did say they're going to be providing some financial funding from Treasury, so that will also help people. But I mean, that's not a make fix easy like today or tomorrow. It's going to be quite some time still.
And then lastly, your personal experience with regard to these emergency operations.
Sure. It was quite a long day for us. We were stretched to the limit with different rescues in different areas. So, we started at about midnight and went straight through till about 6, 7 o'clock that same day. And it was quite tiring. I mean, unfortunately, after the first few hours, it mostly turned into more of a recovery than a rescue, unfortunately. But at least we were able to bring closure to the actual families that were affected.
Thank you so much for sharing that experience with us today. And
No
good
problem,
luck.
ma'am.
Thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Dit was dan Garrith Jamieson van Rescue Care wat by ons aangesluit het via Skype om te gesels oor die jongste verwikkelinge met betrekking tot die vloede in KwaZulu-Natal.
Welkom by die Groot Ontbyt se YouTube kanaal. As jy dit nog nie gedoen het nie, maak seker jy teken aan deur op die rooi subscribe knoppie te druk. En as jy gehou het van wat jy nou net gesien het en jy soek meer sulke tipe video's, wel gaan klik net op die playlist knoppie. Maar maak seker, jy besoek die kanaal op 'n daaglikse basis, want ons hou jou op hoogte van sake, al kon jy dit dalk nie noodwendig regstreeks gekyk het nie. So, daar het jy dit, heel eenvoudig.